Dude, I have these things called life gauges. These are my life gauges. Every time I'm stuck or I'm not getting what I think I deserve or where I want to be, I run everything through these 5 gauges. I call them my life gauges. The first gauge, if you can picture a car, right? And there's gauges. Like if you're driving along and shit starts to sputter and slow down and you're not causing it, what do? You look at the gauges, like what the hell's going on? So these are the gauges. The first gauge is your mindset. 9 times out of 10, dude, the reason you're not getting what you want is because you don't believe you deserve it. You're afraid to go after it. You're not sure of how to do it. You're fearful. You're insecure. You're not even trying. So it's all mindset. Your belief system is what causes you to act the way you act and choose the things you choose. So you have to be able to change your beliefs, right? Most people don't want to change, and they don't even know how to change their beliefs. Well, you change your beliefs by getting new information. The only way you'll ever change your belief system is with new information. If you get the same information you've always got, you'll never believe anything new. So you have to seek new information on a daily basis. But the first gauge you want to always double check is mindset. What are my beliefs surrounding this issue? Your mindset's the gauge number 1. You check that gauge. Then it's your maps. Okay, do you know where you're going? Most people don't know where they're going. They don't know how to get there. Their map, just like if you're going to go to New York to try to find $1 billion I've left in a cave, would you rather have a GPS or a map drawn by a kid with a crayon? So the more detailed and clear your map is, the better. If that gauge is fine, then you move to your next one, which is your motions. Okay, your motions. What actions are you taking? What are your habits? What motions are you taking? What movement towards something or away from something? Like motions lead to emotions, by the way, but let's say you want to lose weight. Your mindset's positive. You're really excited. You know you can do it. But then, boom, you move to your motion gauge. What are you doing every day? Well, I'm not working out. Okay, so your motions is the problem. You're not doing anything. So that's the motion gauge. Are you taking the right actions on a daily basis? Are you forming the right habits towards this goal, yes or no? This is a yes or no, man. I want to lose weight, but I'm not eating right. Come on, man. You got to try and figure that one out. Like, dude, you got to eat right. Well, I know, but what, dude? Your motions are the problem. You're not taking the right actions. If it's not the motions, then you move on to your measurements. So your mindset, then your map, then your motions, then your measurements. Your measurements are, what am I measuring every day? Because if you're not measuring it, you're not managing it. So you got to figure out, what are your key performance indicators? What are the things that you're measuring to determine movement or lack thereof? And then the last gauge is your money gauge. Now, most people think, well, if I don't have money, I'm going to check my money gauge. You don't check your money gauge when you don't have money. You check your mindset gauge. You check your freaking maps. You check your freaking motions. You check your freaking measurements. That's why you don't have money. It's your mindset. It's your map. You don't have clarity. It's your motions. You're not taking the actions necessary to achieve. And it's your measurements. You're not measuring the right things. That's why you don't have money. People say, then what's the money gauge for? The money gauge is when you're doing all these other things and you're making a bunch of money, but you're not going anywhere. For 20 years, dude, I made a bunch of money and I was still broke. I was just broke at another level.